Welcome back. Today we're diving into something really special, a way to truly deepen that connection we all seek with Allah, and to make our prayers, well, just more powerful. So let's jump right in.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever been in that moment, just pouring your heart out in prayer, really hoping for a quick, positive answer? I think we've all been there. And you can't help but wonder, is there a way to make that connection feel even stronger? A way to feel like our prayers are really, truly being heard? Well, it turns out the answer might lie in a very specific combination. It's not just one single thing, but a powerful mix of a specific moment, a specific invocation, and a really profound declaration of faith. We're going to break down all three to see how they fit together.
Okay, so first things first. Let's talk about the when and the how. It all starts with the perfect moment, the perfect state for supplication. And that state is sujood, prostration. See, sujood is so much more than just a physical position, right? It's this incredible state of humility and submission. Think about it. When you place your forehead on the ground, you're in your lowest possible physical state. And it's in that very moment of humility that you are spiritually the closest you can be to Allah. That closeness, that's what creates the perfect space for your prayer to be heard.
All right, so we've got the perfect moment locked down. Now, what about the words? This is where it gets really interesting. The sources point to a specific way of calling on Allah, using what's known as His great name. And this is seen as the key to getting a fast response.
And listen, we're not talking about just any random words here. This is a very precise formula, a sacred prayer that really captures the essence of Tawheed, that core belief in the absolute oneness of God. It's almost like a divinely inspired key for opening up that channel of communication.
So, what exactly is this formula? To get why it's so powerful, we've got to take it apart and look at the pieces. Let's really get into the anatomy of this prayer. It's actually pretty straightforward. It has a clear two-part structure. First, there's an opening call, and that's followed by a core declaration of faith. Let's take a look at each one.
So, it all starts with this call, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, O the ever-living, O the self-sustaining. Right away, you're addressing Allah with two of His most powerful, most all-encompassing names. It really sets the stage for everything that comes next.
And the meaning behind these names is just incredible. You have Al-Hayy, the ever-living. This covers all of God's perfect attributes, His eternal existence, His knowledge, His power. Then you have Al-Qayyum, the self-sustaining. This means He doesn't just exist on His own. He's the one who keeps everything else in existence. When you put them together, it's just this complete, powerful acknowledgement of His perfection.
Okay, so after that opening call, you move into the core declaration. And what you're saying here is so powerful. It's like you're saying, "Oh Allah, I'm not just asking you. I'm asking you by the very truth of who you are." It's this incredible testimony that recognizes His absolute oneness and that ultimately, He's the only one we can ever turn to.
And then the declaration finishes with these words. Now listen closely. Do these sound familiar at all? They should, because this isn't just some beautiful phrasing. This is the very heart of one of the most important chapters in the entire Quran.
And that connection is exactly where this prayer gets its incredible power. The core declaration we just talked about, it's directly and intentionally tied to Surah Al-Ikhlas, the chapter of purity.
So think about it. When you say these words, you're doing so much more than just asking for something. You are actively affirming the absolute foundation of our faith, the pure, uncompromising oneness of Allah, exactly as it's described in Surah Al-Ikhlas.
And you can see the direct mapping right here. The prayer uses the names Al-Ahad, the One, and Al-Samad, the Eternal Refuge. Then it continues saying He neither begets nor is He begotten, and that there is none equivalent to Him. Every single one of these phrases is a direct echo from Surah Al-Ikhlas. You're literally calling on Allah using the exact words He used to describe Himself. How powerful is that?
Okay, so let's recap and put it all together. The whole formula breaks down into three simple but really profound steps. First, you get into the position of sujood. Second, you start with that opening call, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum. And third, you make that core declaration that comes right from the heart of Surah Al-Ikhlas.
So here it is, the full supplication in one place. You'd start with, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum. Then you'd say, O Allah, I ask you by virtue of you being Allah. There is no deity but you, the One, the Eternal Refuge, who neither begets nor is He begotten, and there is none equivalent to Him.
And it's right after making that powerful declaration. That's when you can ask for whatever personal need you have.
And we'll leave you with this final thought. When you understand that this prayer isn't just a request, but a deep declaration of faith pulled straight from the Quran, it changes everything, doesn't it? It's not just about giving us the right words to say. It completely transforms our intention. A simple request becomes a true act of worship. So, the real question is, how does knowing all of this change the way you'll approach your very next prayer?